A short while ago, I did my best to break down and explain all the technical garble presented to us by Microsoft on how powerful the Xbox Series X will be. As you'll already know from that video, I'm a big old dum-dum, but even I was able to figure out what it all meant. At least from a player's perspective anyway. I really wish I could say the same for the PS5, but that's just not the case. Let's address the Mark Cerny-sized elephant in the room. That presentation last week was about as exciting as watching the latest PS4 update slowly install while you wait to play your favourite game. But what does it all mean? Unfortunately, even after doing a fair bit of research, I still can't fully break down all this tech talk the same way I was able to with the Series X. This is simply because the PS5 tech presentation wasn't for people like me, and they went out of their way to make sure that was the case. Now, I know what you're thinking, you came here for a dummy's guide to, and this head dum-dum is sat here shrugging his shoulders. Well yeah, I am, and I apologise for that. But that presentation did not make things clear and obvious to me.
You waiting?
Yeah, obviously. Figured I'd let you catch up. Whoa! This just got a whole lot more interesting.
Let's make this quick.
Where?
Yes, the Series X presentation a few weeks back was full of the similar sort of smart people talk, but they still went out their way to tell us simpletons how that will benefit the player. For example, I know that I can have multiple games on standby. I know that every Xbox game back to the original will be playable and look better than ever. I know that if I was to buy an Xbox One game, which is also scheduled for a Series X release, then Xbox will automatically upgrade it for me if I choose to upgrade to the Series X. And thanks to a surprising reveal at the Game Awards 2019, we also know what the console and controller look like. Now, compare this to the PS5. All we know is that PS4 games will be playable on launch. Well, most of them anyway. And it will have big old SSD storage, which will mean super fast loading times, just like the Series X. That's it. That's all we really know. Also, if you stand the specs side by side, the SSDs, the teraflops, and all those other strange things, it looks like the Xbox has the power advantage. The brutal truth to all this is that the Xbox feels exciting, the PS5 feels complicated. The 2020 console war seems to show that the score's 1-0 to Xbox, right?
Well, seems this old friend of mine's in a tight spot. A long time ago I made a promise, so...
This may feel like I'm being biased towards the Xbox. I can assure you I'm not. I've been a PlayStation loyalist for as long as I can remember, and haven't owned an Xbox since my 360 was demoted to a doorstop back in 2008. Hell, I even co-host a PlayStation-themed podcast. By the way, keep an eye out for the return of the PS Pod very soon. So with that in mind, I take no pleasure in admitting that Sony are lagging behind the competition. Let's look on the bright side though. What can Sony do to get us excited, and is there some positives to take away from last week's failure of a presentation? Look, games. The Series X does look to be the more powerful of the two consoles. Well, guess what? The Nintendo Switch is weaker than both current gen PlayStation and Xboxes, and many will argue that the Nintendo Switch can still boast the best exclusives. Yes, power is important, but it's not going to be the deciding factor in this war. Games will be. Even if the Xbox has the edge technically, it means nothing if they don't have an IP as strong as, say, a God of War or a Spider-Man. Also, let's not forget, expensive hardware means expensive price points, and money talks a lot louder than who has the most teraflops. Surely Xbox will have learnt from past mistakes when it comes to pricing though, right? Right? Look, this conversation right here, right now, isn't for the masses. It's for us gamer nerds who just want to cling on to whatever information we can get our hands on before the big launches. This means that Sony still have plenty of time to get their message out there to the general public, to drum up silly amount of excitement with what will hopefully be a massive launch title of some kind. Judging purely what's in front of us, it's definitely the Series X which is leading this race. But the PlayStation fan inside me keeps saying that the PS5 hasn't even gotten to second gear yet. This is far from over.
Peter, it's time to get up.
Thank you for watching. I want to know what your thoughts are. Do you think that Microsoft are running away with this? Is the Xbox Series X that far ahead of the PlayStation 5? Or is there still a long way to go? Let me know in the comments below. And once you've done that, make sure to check out some of our other videos right here on our YouTube channel. And remember to keep an eye on respawning.co.uk for all the latest news and reviews. We also have podcasts, which can be found by searching Respawning UK on all popular podcast providers. Again, thank you for watching. I've been Mikey, and I'll catch you next time.